Walt, one of the new frontiers in the transgender debate is what they call LGBTI conversion therapy. Now, when we hear those words, we think of, electric shocks. We think of strange spiritual rituals. We think of abuse, and I think that's the intention of that phrase.
Yes.
And we've heard it coming out a lot in the news in Australia just recently.
Yeah.
And our Australian Labor Party, which is the party of opposition in the federal government, has a national platform that says that they will bring in laws that criminalise LGBTI conversion therapies. What on earth is actually meant under those Orwellian terms?
Yeah, conversion therapy is any time someone goes to someone, including me, would be that I would sit there and diagnose them with some mental disorder and say, actually, that's what's driving you to behave as a transgender person, and that if you get treatment for that dissociative disorder, bipolar disorder, or body dysmorphic disorder, or schizophrenia, whatever it is, that would be considered conversion therapy. Just me addressing and diagnosing what their disorder is would be considered conversion therapy, because that diagnosis is helping them decide not to be a transgender person and help them deal with that. So what they've done is the shock therapy and stuff, the truth is they haven't used that for 40 years.
In the past.
It's, so they're taking this thing and making it, the dark side of therapy. People don't use conversion therapy, but they've used the word and attached it to anybody who helps somebody desist from either homosexual or transgender behavior or lesbian behavior.
So essentially, it is conversion if you do anything from speaking all the way up to whatever it might be, counselling, praying for someone, or
Exactly.
however. If that is in any way going to bring into question their chosen gender identity, the way they're feeling, or their chosen sexual identity, or whatever else, that's conversion.
Absolutely.
And that is criminal.
Right.
Under these laws.
They want to make it criminal. What's criminal is to not allow people to have the opportunity to have access to psychotherapy that can help them not behave that way.
What about where this is in the home? Because our Labor Party platform actually targets the home. And it says when suffered within the family, these things are serious psychological abuse and domestic violence against the child. Now, conceivably, let's say Harry goes to school and the school counsellor goes to the school counsellor after hearing some activist come in the school and speak or do some teaching resource like the Gender Unicorn, and Harry decides that he might be Sally. Goes to the school counsellor gives him a dress, gives him lipstick, gives him female pronouns, lets him use the girls' bathroom, goes home, mum and dad find out, mum and dad say that isn't going to happen.
Right.
Is that conversion of their own child?
Well, the LGBT's converting the child from normal behavior to abhorrent behavior and telling them...
But that's not what these laws are saying.
Well, I know that. But so anything that they're telling you in the laws, the opposite is actually what's true.
So under the laws, the parents are guilty of conversion, and the school is affirming. So they're doing the right thing.
Actually, it's the school that's abusing the child, and they're the ones that should be put in jail and prosecuted.
Right. So it's an Orwellian inversion of
Absolutely.
language, which threatens the rights of parents. It threatens the freedom of Christian pastors, of counsellors, of of yourself in the things you're doing.
Yeah.
And are we right in saying that the effect of this is not only to criminalise Christian parents and call them domestic abusers, and probably have them reported to the authorities, but also it is to make it impossible to help people with the actual needs they face?
That's the key, is where it's preventing people from getting the help they need. It's also turning your children over, the parenting of your children over to the LGBT and the government. Does the government really want to be parents to these young people who are going to commit suicide?
Walt,
Which they will.
Thanks for clarifying.
You're welcome.